Welcome to another Pity Baby episode
Girl,
of.
what's going on? Pity baby episode of RyCanTopMyKnee.
There you go.
รายการต่อไปนี้
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Jonathan, and we are a boys love podcast that talks about our favorite shows and all the mess and press around them.
Yes, and welcome back, Jonathan Cobb. How was your trip?
My trip was good, Cobb. It feels like I never left. Oh my God, what? It was
So people who are following us on Instagram know where you went and know what you did and know what things you did and who you did. Oops.
Oh, whoa. And who I saw, let's say that.
Who you saw, yes.
Um,
Who you might have wanted had done.
Whoa. There were some contenders.
Uh,
Yeah, I was in
So where did you
Thailand
go?
for a week, Kevin.
oh, yes, the Wadi.
Sawadee, the land
Okay.
of BL, honestly.
Yes.
Um,
And who did you see? For people who are not following on Instagram, you need to get into it. But who did you see?
I saw so many boys. It was so weird because this whole trip was really like spur of the moment.
It sure was.
Like the main reason for going was to see Jeff Sauter in his concert.
Yes.
That I luckily got a ticket to. So anything else outside of that was a real bonus to the trip.
Mm.
So yeah, I saw Jeff. I saw other performances by like Tilly Birds. Oh my God, I like cried while watching Tilly Birds.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh. I remember seeing the video that you posted up on
I
Instagram.
know. And even Third like responded to me on Instagram. I was like, "Thank you,
Yes,
King. I
he
love you."
did.
Um,
Yes, you were shy to respond back.
Cause I'm not about to DM these random artists. Cause they're about to be like,
If they DM you, that gives you the opportunity because they slid into your DM, well, into our
well, cause I
DM,
at them
into
on. If you tag people on Instagram, y'all, don't be surprised
yeah.
when the boy messages you
Some of them
back. Yeah.
respond. Yes, some of them do. Some of them don't at all, but this one Third did.
Um,
So you know what they say: three times a
Not three
charm.
times the charm, but I saw him. I saw Protsy. I saw Atlas. I saw Pixie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Polycat. So many artists, and so many BL boys. But we'll talk
Mm-hmm.
about that later.
Yes, we can. We definitely talk about that later. Can we talk about your tattoo right now?
Oh, we could. Yeah, I got two tattoos while in Thailand too. One
I
was
mean, you have a lot of
I
tattoos,
have a bunch of
so
tattoos.
yes.
But I wanted to add like something special just for Thailand. So one is like
Mm.
an I told Sunset about you tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other is like supposed to be like a more low key BL tattoo. But I got it done by Gunsmile.
That's right. That's what I was gonna get to. Was like, who did the tattoo? It's what's important.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the tattoos themselves are important too because you already you're inked up. Okay,
Not
like
inked up.
yeah, you about to be by the time you 50, everything from the neck downwards is going to be
Hey, I don't
tattoos.
know about that. I don't know about
You're gonna
that.
have a full body suit.
Um, that's not the goal, but maybe two sleeves would be nice.
Okay, just two sleeves. Okay.
Yeah, like
No-
Gunsmile himself has like a sleeve on his like left arm,
Oh
which is very
wow.
like, oh, I did not know that either. Um,
Okay.
I mean, when you run a tattoo shop, yeah,
You should at least have a few tattoos at
yeah,
least,
yeah.
right? So anyway, speaking of people needing to get tattoos, actually this doesn't make sense for this transition, but we're gonna get to word on the tweet, okay?
Yeah, like that does not transition at all.
No, no,
Trash.
no.
Okay, word on the tweet, y'all. Um, let's see, where do we start? I mean, I have to talk about this first thing because I was there for it live. I saw it live.
Oh.
I broke the news to our BL baddies myself.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, when I was at the Jeff concert,
Mm-hmm.
I was there for day 2 of the concert, and he already started off the concert being like, "Oh, you guys are not ready for the special guest I have for tonight," and everyone was like, "Ooh, is it more special than like William that happened the day before?" And it really was because he broke the internet by bringing back out the cast of Kin Porsche, y'all. We had a whole Kin Porsche reunion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was screaming, crying, shitting.
Oh, I hope you were wearing a diaper.
Not shitting. But I was like freaking out, like camera shaking along with like the rest of the crowd, like screaming at the silhouettes on stage as
Because
he,
you
like,
knew right away
the-
with Kim Porsche, right away.
Yeah, the moment you saw like 10 people on stage like that, I was like, oh, he did not.
Wow. And you know what's so funny is, so I told you that my girl Tomoko was there, right? So shout out to Tomoko, girl. You getting a shout out for the
Hey,
first time
girl.
on this podcast. Sadly, y'all didn't get a chance to see each other because I think y'all were in 2 different sections, and she literally left Thailand the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she literally messaged me. She was like, "Do you know about Kim Porsche?" I'm like, "Girl, do I know?" Like, hello.
All of BL world knows. All
Right.
of BL
I was
world.
like, "Girl, of course I know." And she said like the whole cast came out. And I was like, "I know because she told me this after you told me this." So but ooh, that must have been a moment. I think I probably would have peed on myself.
See, I
Like
shitted
something.
and you peed. And
Right. 1 and 2. There you go.
Not 1 and 2. Yeah, it was crazy because I was just in shock seeing all of them in person. I was like, damn. I was like mostly like staring at like Mile Oppo, like, I got to see Oppo before Kevin. I know you mad as hell.
You weren't that
Saw
close.
your man.
You weren't
Saw
that
your
close.
man. I was.
Now, if you touched him,
All right, that's a different story.
that's a whole different story.
If I got a hug, if I got a little sniff kiss.
And then I would have told you, do not shower until I see you.
Ew. Oh, get away from me. Ew.
So I can smell him on you.
Oh my God. But it was crazy. And like Barcode looked so buff.
Yeah,
Now,
he's
I
bulked
was like,
up.
damn.
He is bulked up because
And
he
he
was
was
a slip
singing.
of a thing. Oh, he was
Yeah.
singing? Like, was he singing or just singing?
Yeah, the whole cast was singing. Like, you know, we all sing. But
Well, I mean, can he sing? That's what I mean.
I think he's definitely a little better of a singer now. Like, definitely. Like, he's gotten better. Like, he was really, like, supporting Jeff. While Jeff
Can
was
Oppo sing?
Next question. And so Barcode was trying to sing his heart out too, because they all like did a like a cast version of like Why Don't You Stay from Kin Porsche, you know, the emotional song. Like everyone in the audience was crying. Jeff was crying himself on stage.
Jeff, wow.
Yeah.
Didn't he write that song?
Yeah, it was his
Wow.
song. I mean, it's the one song that kind of like blew up his career, and
Yeah.
so like that's what he did on stage. He like thanked everyone for like Kin Porsche. Like the last time they were on stage together was probably when they did that Kin Porsche like
Oh, when they were
stage
doing the tour. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that was at the same arena, like the same Impact Arena that he was in today solo. So look at that career growth. It was so cool. I got to see Bible. I got to see Baz and his fine ass.
Well,
I mean, you know who wasn't there? Ooh.
Well, anyway, we're not going to talk about that.
Anyway.
That's
his own fault.
That's his own fault. What else is happening? What happened?
Well, from Twitter, I just saw this a couple days ago. So, you know, we loved Secret Relationships.
We sure do.
And the main guy from Secret Relationships is in a K-pop group.
As in he just got in one, or he was?
No, he's been in
he's been
all
in
these
one.
all these like boys and like these smaller groups try to join like a BL to kind of
to boost
popularize.
their...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, apparently like he is in a K-pop group called We I, and he just took like a hiatus from that to join another like boys, K-pop competition show. So
What is he doing in a competition show if he's already in a boy group?
again, that's the whole Korea of it all, to be like, I need to like separate myself to kind of boost myself again, to like hopefully join like another group to kind of grow my career. They do that a lot.
I mean, low key,
But
why don't he just, keep doing stuff with Chin and,
not with Chin, no, because people offline ship Chin and Crazy,
That's right, they
Chin and
do.
Stabby.
Chin and Stabby.
So, and they are kind of cute together.
They
But
are. Actually, I would
yeah,
love to see them in a BL, just the two of them.
yeah, I'm
Not being
down.
crazy, like being cute, you know.
Yeah, leave the abuse at home, please.
Yeah, all that abuse. Leave it at home, please, for the love of God. What else has gone on?
Um, so we talked about, I think last week, was it last week that we talked about Mean and Ping breaking up?
Yeah.
And we were like, where is Ping gonna go? And then boom, like the next day, GMMTV's
GMMTV.
like, hey, we got him. I know. Like we taking everybody.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
It
Well,
is a
how do
little
we feel?
weird. And I think, we've said this, and I think we also might have said this on Discord. It's like GMMTV is having a monopoly on BL actors.
They're taking everyone, and there's no space for like a quarter or half of the boys that they're using right now. Like they have so many people.
Right. Right. I'm like, what are y'all going to do? Because they already don't have the capacity, at least from the outside looking in, it seems, to produce all these shows. And then they already rearranged the way that the actors are being managed.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They did that, what, a couple weeks ago? So it sounds like y'all are doing a lot.
Right? Like, are they biting off more than they can chew? We'll see.
I guess we will
Or
see.
we're about to see some like old faces and old names about to take GMMTV out of their bio, cause
Maybe.
they're
Yeah,
getting the boot,
maybe they might be getting, yeah, some people are getting the boot. That should
which
be
is
interesting.
sad.
I mean, there was I don't know if you remember seeing this document where they compiled the list of ships and how many times they were mentioned on Twitter. And I think the
Oh
top
yeah,
ship was it Gemini 4th?
I think yeah for the BL it was Gemini 4th.
And then I think after that it was it William Est or something
Um,
like that? And
I'm not
then
sure. I just know that the GL part is like low key double the size of BL, y'all. And
really?
GL is in their area right now. Yeah.
Wow.
Cause yeah, I think the like Nantam film have like double the like Twitter like messages, Twitter trends than
Mm.
any BL right now.
Okay. Well, what I was going to say is when you look at that list,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the ones that were at the top are some of the newer ships, right? Even Sky Nani was in the top. The reason why we saw it was because Sky Nani was in the top four, which they're not even a BL ship, but they were in the
Mm-hmm.
top four. But some of the OG ships, like Off Gun, were towards the bottom.
They're losing their power, losing their
Right.
stardom.
So it makes me wonder.
No, they're not getting the boot. Those are OGs. But some of these side boys might not. You might never see them again, because we can always just bring in more BL actors in the industry. We don't gotta
Mm,
grow a new face. But I don't know. At the
I don't
same
know.
time, like look at Boys in Love. We're having new faces right here. So
New faces with some old faces in a new ship. Because I'm watching Boys in Love for Pod Papang. Even though I
what
went
about
into the
Chokan
show.
Ashton?
I mean, they're cute. I mean,
They're
not
so
saying I don't
cute.
like them, but I went in for Pod Papang. I'm staying
Same,
because
same.
the stories are good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, um, what else is happening?
I think the last thing that just happened, like as I was touching down back in New York, like we know that like Moss Bank, Frank, some other
Mm-hmm.
people in Star Hunter. I know Frank. Oh, I want to see Frank.
Hmm.
They're all starring in this new like Star Hunter like horror movie called Takon.
Yes, which I think a couple years back there was a pilot that came out for this.
They had a bunch of stuff that they needed to start working on. Like, come on,
Okay,
Star
so
Hunter.
this I thought this was a dead production, but they're actually in the middle of filming it.
Yeah, they just started filming. Like, they had a blessing ceremony like 2 weeks ago, and then they just started filming last week. And then
Hmm.
Moss like posted that he like hurt himself on set. Like, he like cut up his face a little bit. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
not
saw
your
that
face.
PO had posted it, and there was like it was Moss was in a wheelchair with Bank pushing the wheelchair, and I was like, man, what the hell happened?
Or I'm like,
So,
what they
but
doing on set? They doing their own stunts? What's going
yeah, I
on?
was like, what is going on? Like now, I think I'm gonna have to ask Claire a few questions, okay,
Yeah, he probably
and see what
fell or
tea she
something.
knows. Yeah, but it seems like he's okay,
Yeah, he's fine. He's just like he's having like a fan meet soon. So he's like, sorry if my face is a little banged up. I'm
but
not looking my best.
he's gonna be at the fan meet.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad he's doing well. You know, we don't like to see people injured, and it looks like it was nothing too serious, which is good. But glad that
You
he's
just can't
healing and
ruin the
all of that.
moneymaker. Can't ruin the mug.
Right, because that mug is great. Okay, that is a great mug. We don't want to ruin that.
Don't
And
crack the mug.
right, okay. And speaking of which, some a prince was cracked. So let's get to shows of the week.
Not a prince. Shady.
So, Jonathan, what is your show this week?
That was so shady. This show is good. I'm enjoying it. My show of the
It
week is
is.
The Nets Prince.
Mm-hmm.
This was so long awaited show for
Yes, it was.
Xenu, and
Mm.
it's giving me like exactly what I wanted. Like it's giving fantasy world, like it's giving
Mm.
like fairy tale. You know, it's giving like Disney, like a
Um,
Disney BL. I don't know. Like
I
the
don't know if
music
it's
is kind of
Disney, but it is.
whimsical.
Yeah, it's good
It's like
so far.
whimsical and like it's shot kind of like I can see this being a movie. Like I originally thought it was gonna be a movie,
Oh, you
but
did?
maybe that's the other thing that they did. They had like some other
There
show that
is
was,
something that is going to come out, I think, as a movie, and I think that's
yeah,
more supernatural horror.
yeah.
But
And I
I don't
thought
think
this
that's
was the
coming out
same
this
thing, but it's
year.
not. But this
No.
is good so far. You got
Yeah.
this world building of this like fantasy world.
Mm-hmm.
I- Is it Emily? Emali?
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Emali.
it's Amalie.
Ooh, Emali. And then it's like supposed to be so close to Thailand, but it's like slightly similar, but not. And I'm like, all right,
It's
work.
somewhere between Thailand and Vietnam. That's all we know.
Yeah, and then
It's
they're
somewhere over
like
there.
in the UK at the moment, and they're all using these trash UK accents. I'm like,
That sound like
ooh,
American, but not.
it's
Like
like
it's very
it slips into
interesting.
like American, slips into like Southern, slips into British. I'm like, what's going on?
I think they were trying to sound Australian and American at the same time, but it wasn't British.
Yeah, these friends. Oh, I was like, ooh, let's just not.
Charang,
Let's just make sure
charang,
we're speaking. Yeah, no, the way they're like,
charang.
even the like, when they bring in white people to speak English, I'm like, even this white person doesn't sound like they're speaking British or anything.
Yeah,
Or they're, yeah, like
they
they're
don't sound British
playing,
like at all.
they're like doing like a fencing match, and like
Yeah.
this guy speaking French, and then like this other presenter is like, Kenneth, and I'm like,
I was like, who in
Kenneth,
the
I'm like, it's
UK says
Kenneth.
Kenneth like that? Who in the UK?
Who's saying, yeah, who's saying Kenneth?
Right, and that's what I was really thrown off because I was like, wait a minute.
I was like, it's supposed to be
Uh,
like this posh, like Kenneth, like Sir Kenneth or
yeah.
whatever.
I'm like, if you're
And
in London and and
Kenneth.
London is in England, and English, the language that they speak, originated in England,
Oh,
right? So how are they not saying Kenneth correctly?
I don't know. That's his Amalian name. I don't know. I don't
That's what I was like, that
know.
must be a Malian. Because
Right?
maybe that's how they say it, that a Malian. Then it makes sense, because that's not
I
how it's
don't,
said in English. I was so
it's so
confused.
weird. It's so weird.
But
But
minus that, everything else was great.
everything else is great. I'm loving it so far. Like Nunu is beautiful. He's
He looks
serving.
great. Z looks
twinkrealness.
fantastic as
Z looks
usual.
great. Z's kicking and fighting, and
Yeah. And
this
being
dad
shirtless
with
here
his
and
full
there.
set of veneers on display for this.
Mm-hmm.
He was all teeth this first episode, but
Okay. Okay. And then also like the dad, which I was trying to figure out where was this man from? I was
he
like,
looks
I've
familiar,
seen
right?
yes,
Yeah.
because he was in To Sir with Love, the first
Mm.
Jam film uh BL. And he was the dad
Mm.
in that. So
Come on, Paul.
yeah, so he was the dad in that, which he was great in that show, even though everything about that show was very Lacorn. That's why you still haven't seen that, have you?
No.
Yeah, you should see it. It's like very Lacorn and very much feels like Real Housewives circa 1940 Thailand.
Not Real
It
Housewives.
does. Because I mean, if you got two wives and they fight in every episode over nothing, that's great.
Yeah,
So
he was just into Sarah. I could have sworn he was in something else. He looks so familiar, but yeah,
he was probably in other stuff
the
too.
show's good so far.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the fight for the throne. So yeah, what's your show of the week?
Mine is Something Is Not Right, which it's almost over. It ends next week. And you know what? This show, when I started watching it, because you saw the first episode and you were like, ugh.
And I said
And honestly,
something not right about this
that first
plot,
episode is goofy.
something not right about this one man. I was like, ooh, I don't like his face, low key. Like the artist. I don't know. I'm sorry. He put me
So
off.
I will tell you this.
He gave me the ick. I don't know.
I would say that he is probably the best plot device in the show as you keep
All
watching
right.
it. Yeah. And that's why at first it's like, okay, this show's a little goofy, but I'm going to give it a couple episodes. And I think by episode 3-ish, I was kind of like, nah, I'm intrigued because
Mhm.
there is a dynamic between the two friends that a lot of it is being unsaid and I'm trying not to spoil too much, but let's just say this goofy artist trying to create this memoir
Mhm.
is a big motivator to getting these two to actually talk.
I know. I know.
Even though
Yeah,
I
they set that up in the first episode. Yeah, that
yeah,
is like
and that's why I'm like you see that this is actually pretty good. I do get annoyed though because and I was talking about this on Discord with someone else
with our listeners.
because there's another show, Business as Usual, which we'll talk about in a little bit,
Which I haven't
that
finished.
has a similar underpinning.
Of
And this
miscommunication. Got it. Got it.
right, right. Except I think the one in Business as Usual is worse because in Something That's Not Right, they're at least in college, so you learn certain things. Um, but anyway, I like the show so far. I'm waiting for the ending. I'm hoping it turns the way I want it to.
And if it
Okay?
doesn't, then it'll be a big miss.
It'll be a big mess. Okay. So, anywho, speaking of shows that have
That had a big
ended,
miss.
well, luckily none of these shows had a big mess.
All right. All right.
But we'll get into these shows that just ended. So, one show that just ended that definitely did not have a big miss. We both
It did
loved the
not.
show.
I did love the show. I had my qualms with the ending though.
Yeah, there were certain things I wanted to happen, and that is Lost in the Woods. We were lost in a hole. Somebody got lost in a
Oh,
hole,
that was a
and
good show.
it was a good show overall.
I
I
really enjoyed it.
I'm gonna spoil this for folks. So if you haven't watched the show yet,
Spoiler alert.
go
Spoiler
ahead
alert.
and watch it on Gaga Ooh La La. It's all there. It's only
Skip
7
30
episodes.
seconds. Skip 30 seconds if you don't want to be spoiled. But
Right, skip up. But long story short, there was not a strong kiss at the end, and I wanted to see it.
yeah, there wasn't the big payoff of like a romantic yeah, moment at the end. But it made sense for the show cuz it was kind of like a this is like a just like a little fling, a summer fling that like
Right.
was trying to pull me into this world, and I ended up choosing my own path of what I really wanted to do. But like I'll
Mm-hmm.
always remember this moment I had here with this man,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't meant to be like a full on, I'm gonna give up everything for
Yeah.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Which I would be mad if he did.
Yeah,
Um,
because I was like, boy, you better take your ass to Japan.
Literally, I was like, you worked so hard. You speak Japanese,
Right.
like you have a full ride. Don't give it up for some 30-something-year-old man that you just met
Right.
that you haven't
All
even kissed
because,
yet.
yeah, all because your hole is quivering. Boy, you better
Right?
take
All
that hole to
because you had a
Japan.
gay awakening in
Right.
the woods.
In the woods. Take your ass to Japan for real. Like, And he will still be there when you come back to visit in the summer.
And
Okay.
he
So,
was, and he
and,
was.
and he was. Okay. But overall, what did you give this show?
I would give it. I think I gave it like an 8.5. That was really
Okay.
good. I really enjoyed it.
And it's definitely getting an 8 from me, 8 out of 10. It was really good. Great cinematography, good
It was really good.
acting.
Like slow burn. Like
Yes.
I feel like it's also like a really good like just if you need like a break from all the like university BLs, if you need a break from all the like
Mm-hmm.
super spicy, cheek clapping BLs. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you just want something low key and yeah, a little break
Mm-hmm.
into nature.
Yeah. It was nice. It was really nice. It was a pleasant watch. And I honestly think this is going to be an underrated show.
I really hope for a special episode.
Yeah. I would love a special episode. I don't think we're going to see Arm and
Tonhan,
Tonhan in a
another
BL
show
together
together.
again.
No, this was a
Tonhan
one
were
off
probably,
for
yeah, I think this was a one off for, at least for Arm. I'm pretty sure it was a
yeah.
one off.
Probably for
Um,
Tonhan too. Tonhan looks like he is more into like producing music in real life. So like
oh, really?
it looks like he's trying to make his own music. I don't think he maybe yeah, I don't think he wants to do acting. But I mean they were both really good at it, so
They were really good. I feel as if Arm does any acting, I don't think it would be a BL.
he's a
But maybe
financial advisor with the whole wife to
right.
be, right?
Right. Yeah, a wife to be. And I do think that I could see Ton Hun being in other shows. I mean, he's been
Mhm.
in more than one. This wasn't his
Mhm.
first show. I don't think this was his first BL either, but I think for Arm, this was his first and last BL.
Oh,
So even though would I want to see them again? Absolutely. Um,
absolutely.
but I don't think they're gonna do it. So,
I mean,
but
this is looking like Tonhan's first BL too,
oh,
low
you think it
key.
might be?
Yeah, I
I could
think
have sworn I've
so.
seen him in something else.
Um, he was in Hormones, but I don't know if he was in like any of the gay ships in Hormones or anything.
Mm.
Um, he was in School Tales, the series. Oh, that was on
Uh,
Netflix.
yeah, that's a
Um,
horror series, and Satan is in that
yeah,
as well.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, I think this was his first BL too. So
Mm.
yeah, so if you really like Tales of a Thousand Stars or like 180 Degrees Longitude Passes Through Us, like it's right up. It's like a good mixture of those two shows together.
Right, right. And definitely less traumatic than 180 degrees longitude. So,
Yes.
the other show that just ended, Korean BL, Business as Usual.
I
You
did
didn't,
not
I
finish
don't,
this
you did not
yet.
finish this. I want you to go
I'm
ahead
behind
and
like three
finish it.
episodes.
I would say finish it. You could finish it literally tonight because 3 episodes is an hour and a half. You'll be good. Less than that. And I gave my assessment on Discord. Okay.
So, join our
I'm
Discord
not,
if you want.
yeah, I'm not going to spoil it too much
Link in
on
bio. Link in
here.
bio. Yeah.
Do I think it was a bad show? No. But I don't think it's a
It
bad
wasn't
show.
satisfying. It wasn't
I will
satisfying.
say that I think I'm at a point, and this is probably because this goes back to when I was talking about something that's not right. Having two
Something not right
shows
about
where
miscommunication.
about miscommunication at the
That's
same
literally all
time.
what KBLs have been about recently, right? It's just
Yeah,
heavy on the miscommunication.
heavy miscommunication.
And that
And it's
can't be
kind
the
of
whole
like
plot.
right, and it's a little childish after a while. It's like you can't. running away from issues, right? And not facing it head on.
Come on, gays. I'm tired of
Like,
it.
come on.
Come
Like,
on,
just go
bottoms.
ahead, right? Just go ahead and be like, get to the meat and potatoes, okay?
Yeah, yell at that
Like,
man when you see him do something shady, not
right,
10 years later.
right. Like, what is that? So, anyway, I give this show a 7 out of 10 because it was not a
Hmm.
bad show. I think
Okay.
it would have had an 8 if this miscommunication. I would say go ahead and finish it because you was kind of see where I'm at, where
Okay, audience. Let's finish it
yeah,
together, audience.
finish it. Okay.
Um,
It's all available on
chat.
Viki to go ahead and watch.
Hmm.
And it's only 6 episodes. Each episode is under a half hour. You could
Hmm.
finish it in a day if you really want to go ahead and get into it.
And we know
Um,
some people that love to binge.
we do. So,
Shout out to Rizanka. I know you listen.
uh-uh. Not Rizanka.
uh,
Anywho, we got some new shows. Razanka is a new
okay.
friend, but we got some new shows. Let's get into it. So, whew, actually, we don't have some. We have a lot of new shows that
This is a lot
have
of
come
stuff
out or
coming out
coming
this
out.
week.
So, Mission to the Moon came out on YouTube this
Hmm.
week. It started on May 6th, okay? And it's available Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And it is each episode is roughly 10 minutes. So that means you get
Yeah,
a
this
30
was like
minutes.
this has been like a long awaited. I think they've been teasing this for a while. I remember
Yeah.
when they were like slowly revealing the cast for this show, and I was happy for Mon and Pac, who we
Yes.
saw in um we just saw them in Two Worlds. We just saw
Mm-hmm.
them be like side boys and knock knock boys.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm happy for them to have a lead role this time.
I'm happy for them too. I'm mad at the production company. And you know
Ooh,
why?
yes you
Because
do.
this show is behind a paywall on YouTube. And what's really bad about this show is about this paywall. It's not like, oh, it's like $1 per view or something like that. It's not even like $1 per prescription. It is $8.99 a month. For those of you
You
who
have to
know,
like for just this show, or you have to like upgrade to a different tier
it's for this
of
show.
just only for the show, 8.99 a month separately.
Yes, it's
That's
two. You have to become a member of that channel, and it's $8.99 a month.
what? No.
That is how much we pay for standard VIP for iQIYI, where you get hundreds of shows for $8.99 a month.
That's
Hundreds. So
insane.
you want me to pay $8.99 to watch one show that has 10-minute
And
episodes
you're gonna
3 a
stretch it
week?
out for like 2 months probably, right?
I think
So
so.
you're gonna have to pay like end up paying like 20 something dollars to
To
watch the
see
full
this.
series.
And if I and see what would piss me off if I go ahead and pay that subscription and the show is low quality with bad acting and then you have me pay, then I want a refund. I'm gonna be big mad. They should if you're gonna put it on YouTube, you need to make that free 99. If you do not want to make it free, release it to iQIYI,
It's
put it
probably gonna
on
be free, but
Gaga.
like delayed. So you're probably gonna have to wait like a couple weeks to get the first couple episodes for free. But that's
Maybe.
still like, wow, you're really destroying your rollout for the show.
Right. You
Like
should
there
have
had
done
to
was
have
made
been
it free
another play,
first.
or it
Right.
could have been on like Gaga. It could have been
Right.
on,
On Gaga or an iQIYI or WeTV
but
or
behind the
something.
YouTube paywall, that's kind of crazy.
And it's low key, it's kind of like Bougetto. You know what I'm saying? Like you
I
char
mean, is it giving high quality to be booze?
it's it's Bougetto in the sense that something tells me the quality is not great and yet you making me pay for it.
Oh, they said
Bougetto.
subscribe to the OnlyFans. I mean, we saw cheats in Two Worlds. We saw
Right.
big thigh. We saw hairy thigh. No, didn't we?
We sure did. Mm,
So maybe
mm.
that's what they're hiding behind. They said if you want to see this, pay up,
If
gay.
I am going to pay
Pay
for
up,
that,
Fujoshi.
I better see what I saw in 4 minutes. Okay? I better see what I saw in Sky Valley.
Oh, Sky
on someone's
Valley.
face.
Oh my god.
That's what I better see. Okay. Um,
Nasty.
Also, what came out, this came out on Friday. It's a Korean series from Strongberry.
Korea
S-
dropping shit left and
they
right.
really are. And it's called Sweetheart Service. I saw the first episode. Came out on YouTube May 9th. It is not behind a paywall.
All
Okay.
right, what is this
And
about?
pretty much there's a guy who is set on blind dates with these girls that he don't really care about. And the premise is, and this I read from, it didn't get to this point in the first episode, but I read this on my drama list. Pretty much, there's a guy that he runs into, and he says, "Can you pretend to be my fiance?"
Mm.
And we kind of know where it's going to go from there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we already know.
I love a fake relationship to real relationship trope. I love
Yes.
that so much.
So we're going to see how this show progresses. The first episode was okay. So I said, let me give it a couple more episodes and see if I'll keep it or not. But
Mm-hmm.
it's from Strongberry. It's on YouTube. Came out Friday, May 9th, and it comes out on Fridays. Um,
Excited.
then coming out this week is My Sweetheart Jom, which did we talk about it on the pod, or maybe we talked about this offline.
My sweetheart John. There's so many shows. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is another Thai BL. I have so all of these
Oh, this is the
shows.
one with Saint.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So we did talk about it a little bit. It
With
comes
Saint
out
coming back to BL. Yeah.
yes, and this comes out Friday, May 16th, so it comes out soon. And it'll be on Fridays on YouTube. Also not behind a paywall as far as I know. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Then there's Loy Cow First Love. I don't know who's in this. But this comes
Loy
out.
Cow First Love.
I don't know who's in it.
I don't know either way.
But anyway, it comes out on Fridays, also on YouTube, May 16th. And then, who? Knockout, which we low key talked about, I
Oh,
swear, a
this has
few
been
episodes
long. Now
back.
this has been long awaited. Yes, everyone's
Long
waiting for.
awaited. This also comes out on Fridays, starting May 16th on WeTV. I'm actually really looking forward to this.
I want to see this Nice and Gun. I want to see them
Yes.
work it out in the
Yes, I
locker
do.
rooms.
Yes, I hope we see some cheeks.
Oh, we
So,
probably will.
yes. Speaking of seeing some cheeks,
Yes.
let's go ahead and talk about the first episode of Pitbabe, season 2. So, okay. I know only the first 2 episodes are out, but we have been anticipating the show for a long ass time.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
We
It's
have
been
been.
a minute since they announced Pitbabe season 2, and now it's
Yes.
finally here,
It's
and it looks
finally
just as
here.
good as season 1. It looks love seeing these characters back again. In the
Yes.
first 10 minutes of the show, we already saw some sweet cheek booty meat.
Well, we didn't see the cheeks, but we saw
Oh, I saw some
nakedness.
thigh. I
Yeah,
saw
we saw
some side
thighs,
cheek.
we saw nakedness. But they didn't show the backside, which I was a little upset. But we saw
I saw
they
Pavel's side cheek. Some
yeah,
side.
we didn't see full cheek. We should have seen full cheek.
Oh
I need
my.
people to get
We
on be
definitely
on
will see full cheek.
we better cuz you know what? I need them to be on Cloud's level, you know. I need them to if you're going to show the cheek, you need to show the whole
Oh my
cheek.
god. And
Okay.
change is good. Change has shown plenty before.
Mhm.
And I'm excited for another season of raunchy alpha beta omega I
Mhm.
don't know cheek clapping.
Well, speaking of things being clapped, do you think Babe will get pregnant?
Stop. Well, he needs
Listen.
we need an omega to make him pregnant, right? That was the whole thing. Like him and Charlie are both alphas. I think that's
Oh
the whole thing.
yeah. Oh,
So
wait, is Willie? Okay, low key, a little bit of a spoiler.
I think
Is
that's the whole
Willie
premise of the season that like yeah, Willie's gonna come in and like mess up the relationship.
right? And do you think that Willie might be an Omega? Because you
Um
know what would be messy? I saved it for this, just for this. I was thinking about it all day. I watched episode 2. I know you haven't, and I'm not going to tell you what happened in episode 2. But low key, it would be messy if Babe gets pregnant, right? And we
And
find
Willie the
out,
father.
and Willie is the father,
Babe
and
cheating?
we get a whole Maury moment. Okay,
Not Maury.
we got to figure out who the daddy is. Wouldn't that be a mess? I would be all over it.
I
Like I would
can't.
have my popcorn. I'll be choking on the popcorn, watching like I definitely on the screen, literally. Okay,
I mean,
like
I
ooh,
would
that
like
would
to
be
see
good.
that. I would like to see that.
I would. Ooh, honey, I
You
would.
have to control yourself.
Ooh,
Drink a little water. Drink a little water.
that would be
Sounding
wet.
thirsty. It's
Oh
thirsty
yes,
boots.
thirst. Oh ah.
um, I yeah, I would. I don't want to mess with any of the ships because I love them all so much. But um, Babe and Charlie are definitely gonna have some rocky moments. They had so many in season one.
hmm
Um, I'm ready to see what is this uncle? I forgot all their names already. Uncle and Jeff. I'm ready to see them knock boots again too. Um,
Long.
right? And I want to see them to show some long beans.
Yes.
I think they already like teased them kind of getting freaky on a kitchen counter in episode 2, and I was like, ooh. And there's so many couples in this show. I think they're really trying to promote what's that side couple?
Oh.
Sonic and
Oh yeah, Sonic and what's his name?
North and
Uh,
Sonic.
North and Sonic.
Yeah, because they really got like a will they won't they in season 1. They were just kind of like the two kooky friends that were like
Yes.
recording everything with their YouTube channel. And then in this season, I think they're really trying to kind of give them an actual like storyline and romance. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then yeah, how do you feel about Wei coming back? The Wei that is not Wei.
Hmm. I have my thoughts, and my thoughts will spoil episode 2, so I'm not gonna say it.
Well, let's just talk about episode 1. You can still talk
I
about your
will say I
thoughts.
have my thoughts, but they're all tied to episode 2, so you have to watch episode 2.
Oh my god. Well, my thoughts are I don't know. It would be crazy if it is Wei. I'd be like, too many people are coming back from the dead. We already saw episode 1. It's the gag that like the father is still alive, and I'm like, can people die? Dude, does no one make sure a body goes 6 feet under? Y'all were at the funeral, no? I could have sworn they were. Um, and for Wei's body too, I'd be like, did y'all not see that man go under too? Come on now.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. With everyone's like, everyone can have like a secret power, so that's one thing. That like this new way, like, we saw Pete test him, and I'm like, you have to touch him to test him, because wasn't Wei's
Mm-hmm.
power to like, he like controls you by touch?
I
So
think
I'm like,
something like that. Yeah, I
yeah.
was
So I'm
trying to
like,
remember what everyone's powers were from the first season, and part of me was like,
yeah,
should I like? I needed
a little refresher.
a refresher. You know, that's
Yeah.
one
So we
thing I
have like,
enjoy about YouTube, not YouTube, about Netflix shows when they do another season.
I'll give you a
They
previously.
give you like a recap of the previous season, like all the highlights. So it might be
Mm,
8 minutes, but at least you're like, okay, this is everything that done went down. You know, and then you're like, oh, okay,
yeah.
now I remember.
Yeah. It needs a little X-Men preview because
Right. Because there was a
I
lot that
forget all their
happened that first
powers.
season. Yeah.
Yeah, you had like Babe losing his powers because
Mm-hmm.
Charlie's powers to like steal people's powers. Or he's
Right.
very like rogue.
Right.
Um, and then we have Jeff who can like see the future.
Mm-hmm. Like that's so
Pete,
Raven.
yeah, Pete who can. I'm like his power is mind reading. I thought it was something else,
mm.
but I guess it is mind reading. Um, who else has power?
Me.
Oh,
I got the power.
oh my god. Um, Yeah, I'm hoping Willie probably is a secret alpha too, and he has a power because that'll just stir the pot.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
that's episode 1.
It was good. I was intrigued, and I think episode 2 is pretty good as well. I am hoping to I'm looking forward to seeing more. I'm
More
also hoping
racing
that, yeah, and there's just so many shows that we're trying to,
to juggle.
to
But like
juggle, and we
now, like our
now have
Saturday
more
and
we're going to be
Sundays
adding.
are gonna be fire. No, our Friday and Saturdays, right? The next Prince is on
Yes.
Fridays, and this is on Saturdays, right?
Yes. And then we got literally the list of shows I just gave you, all
Oh
of
my
them but one are on
god.
Fridays.
Oh my
And then we
god.
still have My Stubborn on Sundays. Um, and what else do we have on Sunday?
Boys in Love.
Boys in Love, which, yeah, we got that. So we got a lot of shows, all kind of on weekends. I'm gonna need y'all to spread these out, okay? Spread the love.
Spread the
Like
love.
the way Charlie is spreading Pavel,
Oh, he's
spreading
the way
Babe,
Charlie's spreading
the
Babe's
Babe.
cheeks.
Yeah, they need to spread out these
Uh,
shows for real. Just spread them because this is too much.
the
Wide
way they
and
were
across the
rocking that
league.
car already in episode one or
Right, the way
episode
they
two.
were
It's like
rocking that
yes,
bed, the way that they were rocking the
hey,
sofa, the way that they were rocking and
hey.
rocking and rocking and rocking and rolling, rolling down the river, all of that, rolling.
Okay, all right.
Anywho, so Jonathan, before we go, top five. Who are the top five people you saw in Thailand?
Wow, put me on the spot. I mean, I know
Yes,
all y'all want to know. I mean, if you haven't already
yes,
seen on our Instagram, go look at my Instagram. I probably,
please.
I'll probably make like a highlights page
You should.
for for my second trip in Thailand.
Yes.
So let's see. I mean,
And it's
number
literally
one,
your second trip in 8 months.
hey, I'm crazy, y'all, and maybe I
Right.
might go back again next month. You never know. um, Number one has to be Jeff Sauter, because hello, he's the reason that I went to Thailand in the first place.
Yes.
That whole trip was for him.
Mm.
Um, and I'm just putting like BL Boys. I'm putting BL Boys after this.
Okay.
So like number two, I would put Up Poom,
Ah,
because
ah,
that was really so random. I was literally
ah.
just walking around that day. I was like doing some shopping in Central
Mm-hmm.
World, and then I was like, oh, I hear there's like an event or something going on. I was like, let me go peep. Like
As
I'm
you
bored. Let me go
should.
peep. I'm like carrying all these bags, and then I see Up, and I'm like, oh shit, this is an Up Poom
Ah!
like event in a mall,
Oh
and
my
so like
gosh.
that felt so special because they were like my first mall appearance ever, and there were not that many people there.
Because maybe a lot of people didn't know, but
Like they have like a big fan base, and they had like a big like fans holding up like these signs to say Up Poom.
mm-hmm.
Like there were some fans, but like maybe everyone was just so much shorter than me, so I was able to just walk up and be like, I'm right here, and like everyone's like at my chest.
What? They were all girls? Like
Yeah,
mostly?
I would say like 95% were for womanas, yeah.
Yeah, womanas.
So yeah, so I felt it was very easy if you're a taller Westerner, maybe if
I
you're
don't know.
above 5'8" to just walk up and
Mm.
you can be eye to eye with your BL boy.
Yes. And
Um,
our favorite triple B.
oh, it's so gorgeous. Both of them were so pretty in person.
Mm.
Like I was like, damn. And Up was like kept looking at me, and I was like, hey, King. Like, why are you avoiding my eye contact? I see you. I see
Yes.
you. We see each other.
I should have gone. I low key wish I was there. I couldn't go, but I low key wish I was there. Who
Not
was
just
number
trying to be
three?
rowdy. Not just trying to be rowdy. Number three, will have to be off jump pool, and I saw a new Chaya pack from Gel Boys.
Ooh, yes.
Like that day, I was having a full Gel Boys moment. I got my nails done at the Gel Boys
Mm.
salon. I
Mm.
was at Siam Square, like going to all the Gel Boys, like filming locations.
Mm-hmm.
And the end of the day was to see New at this, like Margiela, this, like mall opening thing,
Mm.
and that was cool too. Cause then he also like looked dead at me, and like did his
Mm.
little eyebrow and his little eyebrow
Yeah,
raise. Yeah,
because I mean, low key, you stood out.
I do stand out.
Yes. Yeah, you show up and stand up. There you go.
Um, Yeah, and what's fourth? I'll put fourth at Yin War for number 4
Mm.
because they were the last boys that I saw.
Hmm.
That was like another mall gig that I
And
like.
low key, I would have loved to see War. I would
They
have
were
loved
they were
to.
again like so gorgeous, so pretty.
I mean,
Um,
both of them are absolutely gorgeous, but I low key have a crush on War. I can't help it.
Not too loving War. War is so pretty, yeah. And I wish War looked at me, but he didn't. But Yin looked right at me and waved at me because I was
Mm.
like up in like the second floor of the mall, and he looked dead
Mm.
at me and was like, "Hey," and I said, "Ah." Um, and I wanted to stay longer in Thailand because for that same gig, that Destiny Clinic gig,
Hmm.
um, like on 2 days later they had Joss and Gowan, and I was like, I could have
Yes.
seen Joss and Gowan
Oh
too.
gosh.
And for that, I would have screamed like, "Yo, Joss!" Because I know his head would turn for any English. He would be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
yo!"
Mm-hmm. He would have spoken back.
He would be like, "Hey, bro."
Ah!
I'd be like, "Yes, yes." Um,
um,
and at the bottom of the list, no shade, no.
no shade.
It was just because it was like the shortest interaction. But I did see, Pita, the president of like GMMTV,
Ooh,
for like a
okay.
brief second when I was on the floor buying merch. He like
Okay.
quickly ran by me to run into the offices, and I was like, "All right, work, Short King, work."
Okay. All right, Pita. And that's it for this episode of Right Can Top My Knee. Be a babe and get on your knees to let a Charlie top you.
Whoa, whoa. Um, Jesus.
With your milk.
With your milk, with Charlie's milk.
Oh, 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 oh.
Hope the ride in your life goes on a solo trip to Thailand.
Yes. Bye
With your milk.
bye. With your
Bye-bye.
milk. Lactose C.
Hey, lactosoy.
Lactose soy. Lactose C. Lax something.
Girl, bye.